What's up, everybody? Welcome to State of the Realms, your weekly news for Camelot Unchained. I'm your host, Swiper, and today I'll be covering the weekly wrap-up for May 3rd, 2019. There was a lot of detail for this broadcast, so I'm going to go over 4 of my favorite top 10-ish and 4 of my favorite questions. Let's get started. Okay, starting with number 1, the Ability Builder. This week, the Ability Builder is in. It sounds like the IT group got a chance to hit this bad boy up. So we were told to keep an eye on our emails as we might be able to get to test this next week. CU also said if we do get to try this out, make sure we try different types of combos and try and break the dang thing. From the pictures we've seen, it looks fantastic and I'm dying to try this out. And I think I've been talking about this for like the past 3 weeks. So I'm hoping we get to try this out this weekend. All right, number 2, movable siege engines. So this one was a bit quick, but I thought it was important. It sounds like they're working on movable siege engines. As you could probably tell from the videos Mark posted, and also some of the screenshots, the siege engines that were placed on the keeps and the battlefields were static. I mean, basically, they weren't moving. So the update here is that the team is working on making these siege engines mobile. And they explain that it takes a lot of different areas and moving parts to get this all aligned. Get it? Moving parts? Okay. Okay, moving on to number 3, the Ability Book. Work is being done on the Ability Book. Not to confuse this with the Ability Builder. The Ability Book will be a repository for abilities that you craft. So it sounds like when you start crafting spells, they'll save into the Ability Book. In a way, it's pretty typical. Usually most MMOs have some type of tracking system for your spells. And basically, it's going to react the same way. So within this book, they also said that there'll be a lot of stats and other things that you can track. So that's going to be pretty awesome, and I can't wait to see that. And for the last one, number 4, animations. So there is a long list of animations that the team is working on. Mainly weapons that you equip in both hands, like swords, daggers, axes, and shields. Since CU allows you to equip so many different weapons, there are a ton of different animations that need to be set for each action. I'm looking forward to see what they come up with here because animations do play a big part in how combat feels. Okay, moving on to the Q&A section. Question number 1. Will there be multiple spell casting animations for the same spell? So the flat answer is no. And the reason why for this is because the team wants each player to react to spells that they can visually see. Meaning, if you see a mage casting a fireball, they want you to know, hey, a fireball is coming, what can I do next? Or if you see your healer casting a heal spell and you see your health really low, this will also determine, hey, what am I going to do next? And I think this overall makes combat more intuitive and more fun. I also think it's better on the developers. This way they're not stretching and making more animations just for one spell. All right, and question number 2. When will we be able to play when we have the time? So I feel like this question comes up quite often, and I think what the player is asking is, hey, when can I just jump on what I want and not in the time interval? So we got an answer. Most likely beta 3. And at this point, they're still testing the game, so that's why they have these intervals, so developers can focus on what they need to focus on and fix what they can fix. They also said that the servers are pretty expensive to run, so if they run them for 24/7, a lot of funds are going to get allocated to that rather than paying the salaries for their developers. All right, question number 3, Ability FX. Will this be scalable in-game? So this is a great question, and they gave a really great and detailed response to this, so I'll just try and give you like the nuts and bolts of it. So basically they said that, yeah, they want to give us some control in adjusting some of the graphics. They also said performance is always on their mind, and they want a great balance between the spells looking great, but not looking so great that when you see 100 people on the screen, you have no idea what's going on. And I remember specifically playing like Final Fantasy 14 long time ago. Man, your spells looked awesome solo. And when I jumped into PvP and they did the whole 3-realm PvP thing, I just remember seeing like a rainbow of spells just everywhere. And I was just like, what the heck is going on? I couldn't even see in front of me. Like, it made it impossible. And I had a pretty crappy computer back then too. So my computer could barely handle it. So I hope it's nothing like that. And of course, if you play Final Fantasy 14 now, it's nothing like that. But just to use that as an example, that's the first thing that came up in my mind when looking at this. So I truly hope they get this right, because there are going to be large scale battles in this game. And I really hope that the spells look great, but not so dramatic that you can't see anything in front of you. So I wanted to save this question for last because it brings up a great discussion point. So the question is, when will we start seeing more art for the depths, specifically monsters? So the guys referenced some old concept art for variations of mutated races, meaning races that get mutated by the depths. But for the current art, this is something the team is not focusing on. It sounds like they're focusing their attention on other things like animations and designs. So this leads me to my last question, but I'd like to ask community this question. Let's say winter's coming and CU starts a poll, and the poll is, would you rather have this release in 2020 with the depths, or would you rather have this release in 2019 without the depths? Me personally, I think the depths will bring in a lot of motivation to capture keeps and conquer the map. I also think it will drive even more cooperation between the crafters and the combatants, but at this point, I'm just ready for the game. I think just being able to get in, explore the world and classes will hold me over for a long time. I personally think there'll be enough in the game to motivate players to fight, considering we can build castles, help crafters craft us gear. We'll be discovering what our classes can and can't do. We'll be discovering what other classes from other realms can and can't do. We'll be trying to find that perfect team comp, and we'll be sieging the hell out of everything. But anyhow, let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm truly interested to see where everyone's mind is at with this topic. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for me today. Sorry for getting this one out a little bit later than usual. I hope you guys enjoy. If you guys like this video, please hit that thumbs up. And if you would like weekly updates, please hit that subscribe button. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you later.